Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome in. Welcome back. I guess we could say welcome back to Let's Talk Live here on LTL Media. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day so far. We have a very exciting thing that's going to go on tonight, but I want to talk about today a little bit before we get into what's going on here in LTL Studios. But today, the defense rested in the Karen Read case. So it looks like this will go to the jury tomorrow, possibly, pending closing arguments. I know there was a motion after the defense had rest today, and there was some discussion about the process going forward in closing arguments, and then they dismissed everybody for the day. And I have butterfly. I'm like nervous right now. I don't know. I'm nervous. I got a live guest. They're sitting right there, and you're gonna see them in about 2 seconds. But here we are, and tomorrow again could be closing arguments and possibly a verdict. And a lot of people are asking, how long is it gonna take to get to the verdict? Honestly, we don't know. We don't know. I mean, it could be the quickest verdict in history, 5 minutes. It could be 5 hours, could be 5 days. We really don't know. But without further ado, I'm not going to wait too much longer. I'm going to bring in my live guest here. Let me just bring the camera up here, and I am going to welcome in the very first live guest in LTL Studios. We have Tom CPU. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
We're having a conversation. Look,
this is amazing, Brad. This people have to really see this to feel it. This is a feeling.
I appreciate
this
it.
Is wonderful.
And look, I just want to prove,
and it's a great feeling. We're
look.
here in the same room together, and it's a very very welcoming, very open, very nice place.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I worked really hard.
You can tell
there was a lot of
perfect.
Laughter and tears shed putting this together, and it took a while. And it's still, in my mind to look at it, I said there's things that can improve, but it takes time.
You'll get there.
We'll get there.
It just takes time.
It just takes time.
And again, you may change it backwards over. You don't know, right?
And I'm gonna do this for you so you can see the chat. Hang on 1 second, guys. I won't be rude.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Here we go.
Because I can see the chat here. Everybody's saying they're saying fantastic. This is great. So the reason I had Tom in, I'll tell everybody this.
Yes,
Tom really was the first one that kind of privately reached out to me when I got involved in the Karen Read movement. And the way he did it was he used to go on my videos and leave comments. And I used to be like, who's this Tom guy?
Yeah, who's this guy?
What's he doing? Yeah. And then eventually pulled me over into his streams, and I would watch his streams. You were doing like night streams at that point. And you were talking about the Karen Read case, and I said, oh, all right, well, we gotta check this guy out. And then Tom and I connected and started having a lot of conversations.
Yep.
So,
and then the whole Aiden thing happened, and then that,
yeah,
I mean, you jumped up and took care of that for everybody. That was good.
Yeah, I think we've all really done our parts, and I have to say that I've met some really amazing people along the way. I've gotten to do so many things in the last year that I would never ever thought would have happened or dreamed of.
Listen, there's some people out there that you just don't even dream exist, and yet you meet them and they're the nicest people in the world.
Mm-hmm. And
it's crazy. I can't even put it into words, Brian. I've tried so hard to say to people, like, you have to feel it. I mean, these people are just total awesomeness.
Yeah. It's one thing I have to say is that, the people, you hear the trolls, you hear all of the things on Twitter, they try to say that, we're scummy people and we're the ones that are attacking everybody. And it's further from that.
I heard we were following the jurors home. I heard we were doing like, they're just whatever works, whatever they can throw, even that's not true. They just throw it up there. I guess that's what happens when you kind of looking at a lot of time in jail. I would figure.
Exactly.
I don't know about that, so I can't help. I can't answer to it. I can't talk about it. I don't know.
Right. I just want to let everybody know tonight. We are going to do the $25 25% kickback. So 25% of all donations is part of my stream. That's been the ongoing theme here. I said until this trial is completed and Karen is free and exonerated of all these bogus bullshit charges, we will keep kicking back here 25% of all donations. Tom's working the chat over there on the iPad. Everybody's saying
this is
good
awesome,
evening.
bud. This is really awesome.
Yeah, it's
Really?
really cool. It's a cool experience. And Tom, it's funny. Tom came in and you can see his signature up there in the corner. And I said, "Here, buddy, here's the Sharpie. Go sign it. You're the first official guest." So
Yep.
Tom's here and he's broken the studio. So what I wanted to do, and I don't think I've ever asked you this, what got you involved in this? Was it reading, Aiden's article and following Aiden, or did you kind of pick this up in the media and you said, "Hey, something's wrong here, it doesn't fit"?
People remember the incident, like they remember when the accident happened itself. I don't. I didn't even know it happened at all.
Okay.
So when Aiden's story came out the first day, I was shocked. Like, I read it like 3 times. And I started looking around, and that's when I started Google and started reading and doing all the research, and what a rabbit hole. And it just kept going and going and going, and it didn't stop. And he did a lot of work because he was, ahead of the curve on this.
Right.
So it just what a rabbit hole. And here we are at the bottom of it.
What made you want to get so involved?
I don't think I have an answer to that. I think what they were doing to Karen was wrong. If they did it to anybody, it's wrong. But to do it to somebody that didn't do anything, like she legitimately didn't do anything. It's different if long-standing, arguments of going back and forth, and they beat each other many times before, and this was in the hospital.
Yeah.
None of that.
Right.
Like it was
no history of it.
She just dropped him off.
Yeah.
That was it. And I believe that from day one. I believe she just dropped him off.
Yeah.
And now I can't get from dropping somebody off to second degree. I can't even get manslaughter out of it because it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So don't even charge her with the DUI because she made it home without getting into an accident. You can't charge. She wasn't under the influence.
Right.
So you can't even get there. The whole thing was a sham. And we're looking at it right now.
Oh, 100%.
The whole thing, even the drunk driving charge is a sham.
Yeah. And then even look at today, like the ARCA experts that came in. It was like, this is like physics. Like I want everybody to understand, like we live here on Earth in the result of physics.
Gravity's always there.
It's always
you
there.
can't get around that.
And they literally said it did not happen. There's no way that it can happen. Let me just read this super chat really quick, Tom. Toots checking in, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I respect you both. I met so many people online from the Free Karen Read movement. I feel like I know both of us. I listen.
That's a whole thing too, bud. That. Tell them what happened when I was driving down the road. We were walking down the street. Somebody driving down the road.
Everywhere Tom is, like everywhere, I see this all the time. We'll literally I'll be walking outside the corridors with Tom.
Middle of nowhere.
And all of a sudden they're like, "Tom CPU! Tom CPU!" And they're beeping like.
Just out of the blue. We're just walking.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
When we took a ride, remember when we took a walk to go see all the old houses in Dedham, and that lady pulls up. "I just wanted to come out and meet you," and she starts like grabbing you.
There's been a lot of times like that, and it's touching. It's so touching,
right?
Because these people, like, they're in too. They're in as much as we're in, but they're doing it from their house,
right?
But there's a lot of people that are passionate about this. Just the people that drive by. That they just drive by the standout just to take pictures of,
or take pictures or say hi.
Just try and be there and see us. And
yeah,
it's growing, man. It's just
crazy.
Just seen Plymouth. Plymouth was huge.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this before.
And then today was just massive.
Yeah. How many people do you think if say out there?
200 easy.
That's awesome.
Easy. Easy.
Awesome. Linda Boo, thanks for the $9.99 super sticker. Again, we'll just keep kicking back the 25% to Karen Read. I like to try to get to at least $50 for Karen to make that donation. So it looks like we're at about a $40 total right now. Actually, got a couple more here. Canton Select Board meeting tomorrow should be a hoot. Yes. And we saw what happened with Aiden yesterday. The guy just goes out to get food. He's literally, and he can be anywhere he wants. There's no law holding him back. He shows up at CF McCarthy's. He has a dinner. He walks out, and guess what? The McAlbert clan is there,
Waiting
full
for him.
force, waiting
They
for
were
him.
waiting for him when he get out. Did you know that?
Unreal.
They knew he was in CF McCarthy's, and they waited for him to get out.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, does it surprise you that
no,
they'd be
it
waiting?
doesn't. They're ready to. They're snapping.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
because they know they're under the thumb.
I again be blessed that you're not under that type of pressure. Think about
100%.
that pressure. Karen was under that for 2 years.
2.5 years.
Now she's not
Mhm.
because there's no way she's gonna get. There's no way.
Right.
I mean, I've seen the jury. You've seen the jury. I
They're-
mean,
they're ready.
They're rational people.
They're ready.
Yep.
I'll tell you today, and before I get to this, MC Free Karen Reed, $10. Thank you. Tomorrow is Free Karen Reed Day. # Free Karen Reed. I agree.
Yep.
And let's tell this one too. Shara D says, 2 amazing men in one show doing great things for the Free Karen Reed and justice for John O'Keefe. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really, really do appreciate
This is
that.
badass.
$5.
I like this. I love it here, Brian. This is
I
so
told you
nice.
it was
It's
cool.
really nice. This is really awesome.
It's cool.
I don't-
It's
I
very
don't know
chill in
how
here.
It is really
Yeah.
nice.
It's I tell
I
you.
got some work to do. Man, you're killing me.
I told you it
This
was
is
chill in
beautiful.
here.
It is nice, but
It's chill.
I like it.
It's
really
it's,
nice.
It's me.
You did a good
You know,
job.
it's
with
me,
this.
but I wanted to make it very inviting for everybody in here. Camera there.
Yeah, I'm looking at Paul. I'm reading the chat, waving at Paula. Paula
Shelby,
Cat.
say what?
Shelby,
$5 says
my
the best of the
sweetheart.
best live. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you. I think we had another super chat
Shelby.
come in. Amy in Boston says it's good to see the 2 genuine souls talking. Karen Reed, thank you for all that you do. Sarah next month, yes, and we're gonna talk Sandra next month. I'm sorry,
Yes.
and we are gonna talk about that here
Yep.
because we had developments in that story today, and it's about friggin' time. About friggin' time.
You think?
Yeah, but I mean, listen. I sound like Sean right now. Listen,
Yeah,
listen. I love
yeah.
Sean. I love Sean.
He's in.
His
He's all
energy,
in.
dude.
Yeah.
His energy
all
is
in.
like, oh my God, I love Sean. And actually, Sean's gonna be on my show on Wednesday, not in the studio, but he will be here on Wednesday. And
Boy, thank God we have him on our side.
I know, and maybe we have a verdict Wednesday. But I love that the listen. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I've been
yeah.
telling you all along. I love it.
Yep.
I absolutely love it. So listen, I just did it again. Let me pull this up. We had a and the only thing that's tough about this is I have to play producer still too when I still have people.
Yeah,
in
but
it.
you're doing a good job with
Thank
that.
you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you're good.
So we had a statement today from the chief, McNamara in Stoughton, and basically goes through and summarizes the Sandra Birchmore case. I'll read a little bit of it. The Stoughton community, as part of our ongoing review of the deeply troubling patterns of the events regarding the life and death of Sandra Birchmore, we have been engaged with counsel as the family of Sandra Birchmore is suing the town of Stoughton, and they should. Absolutely. 100%.
Just a little bit.
100%. Sandra's family was hired a pathologist who has issued a report as part of the preparation for the civil lawsuit. We have received and reviewed the report and are aware that the Boston Globe and other news media have received the report as well. My statement in response to the report below is that the Stoughton Police Department is committed to transparency in this matter, and we will continue to provide updates as they become available. In summary, because I don't want to read too much. Go ahead, Tom. You tell him.
There's a lot there, Brian. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And the Sandra case it's heartbreaking because she was pregnant and she was wanting that baby.
Mhm.
You know, so I mean, not for nothing, but again, just like the Karen Reed thing, why are we telling them what the problem is, like what happened, and like we said it was not suicide,
Mhm.
right? We said it was
Clearly.
well,
Clearly.
and now we have a medical examiner, the guy, one of the best in the world.
That said
says
what,
that.
Tom? What did they say?
It was not self-inflicted.
Yeah,
She
that's
broke
homicide.
the bones in her neck that only get broken if you are strangled.
That's a homicide.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, wouldn't you think that now everything that's coming out in the Karen Reed case, and they know
Mhm.
where this is going, this is going to be a verdict here anytime soon, that the pressure's coming down, and we know all of the people that are connected between the two cases. Lank.
You know what scares me? Anything we know about Brian Walsh is what we were told.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, what we're told by who? These are again the same people.
Proctor.
You want to let Brian
Proctor's-
Walsh walk around?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's gonna.
Oh, I
Guy's
know.
gonna walk free.
Scary.
No questions asked.
Pretty scary.
What if he didn't do it? What if he got set up?
I'm
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
You got the same people involved.
No,
How
I
can
know.
you trust anything that they tell you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if he did it, let's put him in jail. That's what we're supposed to do. But not from these guys. Let someone else do it again.
I'm going to tell you,
Give me
Walsh,
a review. Give me a review and give me the data again.
Brian Walsh is probably smiling pretty big right now,
And that's a shame.
It is a shame because he's. I mean, come on,
the
dude.
best in the state.
Yeah.
The elite.
Yeah. Listen. I know.
Solo cups and leaf blowers, buddy.
I know. Vixie, thanks for the $2 £2. Thanks. Just don't forget it's worldwide.
I know.
Absolutely.
That's
Movement is
crazy,
worldwide.
isn't it?
Tom CPU Mod checking in $5. So congratulations on your new studio. So proud of Tom doing what he does, and Brian, what you do. Love you all. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Kate with a $5. Thank you. I appreciate the super sticker. Let's see. Nick checking in $5. 2 of the boots on the grounds together. Thanks for all that you do, guys. Did it for the movement, and most importantly, free Karen Reed. I appreciate that. And I think I just had. Let's see what the chat is saying. Brian Walsh is definitely a creep.
Yeah,
I agree.
no doubt,
I
100%.
agree. Jillian, thank you so much for the 20. She said, thank you for your awesome coverage on this case. Found you through Karen, and we'll keep watching you from Texas.
My.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, so Sandra Birchmore, the last time that we heard anything about her investigation, which was being investigated by the feds in March, was the last update. But now we have this come out today.
Right. They took it over and they did the review and they changed think about that, Brian. They changed the cause of death.
So how long till charges? Soon? Do you think it would be a headline right after Karen goes free?
Again, I can't see how the same people who are involved are still not being sweated out. Let's get them under the light and ask them some questions. That's not happening. That we know of. Federal grand jury, that happened. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know about that. So
it needs to happen.
Well, we know something happened with the feds, right?
Yep.
They went to a certain meeting that they all had and they all were asked questions, right? We know that happened. We don't know what specifically,
right?
But it did happen. So gotta wait.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
What was the vibe outside the courtroom today? Because I wasn't able to be there. Tell us about it.
Oh my! I wish I could. It's so uplifting, Brian. There's so many people there today. There were so many new people. We tried to get them all together in one picture.
Sure.
I was in the street trying to get them in frame because there were so many new people there today.
Yeah.
And they were all great people. Like, I don't know how or why, but this case has brought out only the good in people that they show up and they're just all these. It gives you this. Listen, there was no hope for humanity a while ago, but now after this, I've seen some amazing things from amazing people.
Take a look at this.
That I mean,
I saw that.
I
got choked up.
Yeah, I can't look at that.
I got choked up when I saw that today.
I can't.
I mean,
dude, witness it. Try and witness that. You witnessed that, and
yeah, I saw this today and I got choked up. That is real, genuine love right there.
I think I have pictures of that too.
Yep. Peggy, thank you so much for the 20. I appreciate it. She says Rafferty's contract renewed for 3 more years.
Ouch.
Yeah,
that's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, I'd say. I saw that one. Let me bring this one up.
Wow. Time out.
Did you see a lot? Did you see any like new faces out there today? It had been a ton of people.
Yeah, a lot of new first time people, which was great.
This one's great.
Which was great. That's a good one. I had
show this one.
That may be a screenshot.
Peggy, thanks for the donation. I appreciate it.
I was taking pictures like that.
Yeah. Was this before or when they were leaving? Probably when they were leaving.
I don't know.
Or that might be the morning.
Was in the morning.
That's the morning.
That was in the morning. They all said a prayer. So let's do this.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I wish I could have been there today.
Tomorrow's the day.
I know.
Tomorrow's the day.
I gotta make a decision.
Well, I mean,
Tommy.
did you hear that Lally's not going to do the closing?
Oh, really?
Yes. McLaughlin is?
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I wonder if they said, you need to step back a
Yeah.
little bit there, Lunchbox.
You're done. Probably don't want you to say anything
Wow.
else.
Wow. I did not
Yeah.
hear that.
Yep. Oh, this.
Isn't this great? I'm going to show
No.
this in a second.
I got this early
I'm going
today,
to
and
show
I
this in a
was
second.
I get this all the time. How do I say what do I say to this? Like how?
It's
And-
very nice.
And listen, the girl that does this
Mhm.
has been like the most solid person from day one. And I've known her pre Karen Reed article.
Wow. Yeah, I'll pull this up in a second. I just want to
So-
acknowledge this. X, thank you for the $5. Says congrats on the studio, Brian. Team Mini Eggs. We love you, Tommy. Best of luck to the both of you and your journeys. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, someone said Lally is doing the closing. Is Lally doing the closing? Jackson and Lally are closing. I guess it might have changed, Tommy.
All right.
I'll have
That's
to
not
see.
what I was given.
Did everybody see this? I posted this up on Facebook. And is it Kim that put this together? Kim, I think her
Yes.
name is.
Yes.
And I got this today, and this was really nice. It says, look at this photo, and what do you see? 3 amazing men that fight to free Karen Reed. We start early around 7 a.m. and chat while Tom CPU drives us in, and we see the flags and all the pink, and then we got to watch Ultimate Defense Team walking in. Then we turn on the glare, and his badass song gets us ready for what's about to go on. His commentary is priceless in every way, praying that he comes back to see us someday. We wrap it up late night with LTL. He recaps the day and tells us what went down, gives us some insight into what we might see, and we've waited for him to tell us no more Lally. Let's give them some love, these incredible three. They've been the pillars in this case to free Karen Reed. And listen, I think this is beautiful. I don't want to leave out anybody because everybody has done an amazing job. And the one that really has sacrificed all of this and put it all on the line has been one Aiden Turtleboy Carney.
Yep.
And you know, I completely respect that guy, everything that he has done, everything that he has sacrificed and put his kind of neck on the line for everything. And listen, you know, if it wasn't for him, this case would be completely different.
It was said a long time ago, right? Like him or love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the right thing.
Sure.
And he's got the bad end of the stick. And I mean, talk about getting a stick in your eye.
Mm-hmm.
They put it in both eyes.
Yeah.
And they're still, all they're doing is just putting these charges over his head. That's it. No other reason. They're just holding the charges over his head with the intent of making him stop. That's their only intention, is just make him stop. That's it.
Look what they were doing last night. It's crazy.
Make him stop. That's it. And these are the people who are afraid of him. They're driving to him to get out to assault him, but they're afraid of him.
Yeah.
I want to see the judge that signed that one.
It
Let's
makes you
talk about that.
But it
I mean,
makes you think. I mean, the way that they're acting, you know, you're kind of seeing the
listen.
real them, not the polished people that went into court with, you know.
Listen, they're quick to throw hands. Obviously, it's quite obvious who's the aggressor here.
Yeah, I
don't think it's him. I think he just went to get something to eat.
And I think I heard something in that altercation last night. And I don't know, maybe people heard this. Let me know. But I heard they said, let's beat him just like we beat the other one too.
I thought he didn't get in fights.
Right.
None of them fight. They're loving family. And
very loving.
Jen's a good person.
Great
She's a
person.
great person. She
Just
told us that.
fantastic.
Yep.
I could swear I heard someone say that.
Listen, if Aiden went to pick any town, Franklin,
Mhm.
would that happen?
No.
But yet he goes to Canton and we're all okay with that. Like, yeah, it happened. Wait a
Mhm.
minute. That's wrong.
Mhm.
It's wrong. And again, the same core group of people that we have that framed Karen Reed are the same core group of people that have something to do with Sandra Birchmore, are the same group of people that are attacking people for showing up at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can't even go out and have a meal.
It all revolves around Canton. Everything revolves around that town of Canton. Even the doctor that assaulted me, he lives in Canton.
Really?
Yes, the ex-brother-in-law of Chief Rafferty, who just got a contract renewed.
Unreal. Unreal. Unreal, Tommy. So what do you think? Do you think this goes to the jury tomorrow?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I give him 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
That's it. And that's going over all the evidence. There's nothing. They did not prove the case. They didn't prove drunk driving.
I think it was interesting that today when they about 12:15, 12:30ish, I was listening, and it's Bev said to the jury, hey, we're gonna go a little bit past 1, and she notified everybody because you can't see the jurors. She said all of the jurors nodded their head yes. I think they're ready to give a verdict.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they've been more than ready.
Without a doubt. 100%. I believe that.
Yeah.
Because there's been no evidence that's proved beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
We're not even close to that.
Mm-hmm.
And yet the state of Massachusetts spent how much money to prosecute this case?
A lot of money. A lot of money.
I
would say it's probably at least $1 million. Easily.
Lally's been on it for how long? And he makes how much a year?
Yeah.
What's he make? 300?
Yeah. Easily $1 million. Over $1 million.
I mean, just you get how many people for 2 years salary? Just the salary alone for all these people.
And then you had all the cops and all that, the people that are involved, they're getting paid. They still continue to get paid.
Yeah.
They're on the job.
Someone out there can put all their numbers together. How much time and resources have been spent in
I'm
this
sure
false prosecution? There's got to be a number. There has to be a number.
It's well over $1 million. Easily.
I think we're probably in the 10 million.
10.
Plus 10.
Wow.
Yep.
10.
I think we're there.
10.
Don't forget they wouldn't.
Oh, Aiden. Someone said put Aiden on. What's going on? Aiden live? Uh-oh. What's going on? Let's take a look. Is TV live right now?
This is the good thing with the internet. Like we
Everybody
can check, right?
Know. I don't see Aiden's not live. What's going on? Someone said put Aiden on.
Maybe they want to invite him
from earlier. No, from earlier. Oh, the altercation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the Hawk Tui thing with Joe Daniels?
No. Do you want to go? You want to go through this again? I can pull it up. You want to look at it again real quick?
Go ahead.
I thought it was actually kind of funny. The funny thing that I love, Aiden keeps going, listen, we came down here to have a meal of food.
That was all.
That's it. Just a meal of food. Let me play this.
This is
really, dude. Come on. What's up, man? Really?
What's up, brother?
Really? What? I can't just go get food at my dad's store. We're just going to see.
Going to dinner.
We're going to see McCarthy's. What's the big deal? Oh God, what's happening here? We're just going to see McCarthy's. Call the police.
We're just going to dinner.
We're just going to dinner. That's it, bud.
Chill out, bro.
You just touch her, bro? You just touch her?
A little fucking soft.
This
She doesn't
guy's
want you to
touching
touch
her.
her.
Yeah, you didn't see
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Hang on a second.
That dude touching Meredith?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard no. Why would he do that?
Yeah. Solomon Grundy, $5 says, so do you really think it was a good idea for TB to go there? TB can go anywhere he wants. This is America. You're free to go anywhere you want. So I have no problem what he did. I have no problem what he does. I don't care where he goes. He can go anywhere he wants, right, Tom?
It's America.
It's America.
Listen, if I want to go, I can't go. Is that what you're saying?
And the reason he was in Canton was he was actually trying to go over some information that was in the case to do a video to prove it wrong.
Imagine that.
Yeah. And then what? He's up in Canton. He's doing research in Canton and he wants to stop and eat something.
And gets assaulted.
You can do that.
Him and his girlfriend.
I mean, we've been to the waterfall before and went there after.
And imagine if we got assaulted out there, right?
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
No.
Sean McDonough's checking in with me. Hang on 1 second. I'll play this here. Yeah, this dude assaulted her. That's why she pulled out.
Why are you touching her?
I don't know why I'm
Talking to her.
You just touched her, bro.
Asking her why she's with a fucking loser like you.
Why are you touching her?
He's not a loser.
Touch
He's a
like
good
that?
person.
Yeah,
Ask her
I
why
don't think that's
she's
such a loser.
fucking hooking up with like a loser like
My
you.
brother like that. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
You don't like Canton. No one wants you.
Ryan
Get
Navel.
the fuck out of here. You fucking loser guy. You're a loser guy. You and all your fans are big fucking losers.
Really, buddy?
Guy's a fucking loser. Love
She did
the
press
kid
charges.
So much, he has to come hang out here.
She pressed
Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're a fucking loser. You're gonna loser. You loser. Have fun. Have another beer and then you go home. What do you mean? You're obsessed with us. What do you mean? Don't hurt that. You're obsessed. It's fucking loser. You're a loser too, by the way. I'm sorry. You're beautiful, but you're a fucking loser. Not as big a loser as this fucking. I wonder if he's gonna beat you too. Like you other one.
Right there. Right there. He goes,
Back that up.
I
Back that up.
wonder if he's gonna beat you too, just like the other one. Who are they talking about?
Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back.
I knew I
go back,
fucking
go
heard it.
back, Go back.
Who said
I
that?
heard that, right?
They're gonna beat you two just like the other one. What is he talking
So we
about?
got the kid in the top left speaking,
Right. Hang
Right?
on. Ready?
buffering. Yeah, give
it's
it a second.
buffering. Motherfucker.
The guy in the right's talking.
Yep.
This guy in the front, I don't know. The girl, I don't know. I don't think they're talking. And the guy in the middle, is he talking?
That's
Because you can eliminate who's not
right.
talking to find out who is talking. Wow.
Why am I buffering right now? What is going on?
What's the video at? It's with a bazillion hits.
Probably.
I mean, I'm sure it's getting pounded.
Right. Let me just, of course.
All right.
Hang on.
Guy sitting down.
It's fucking loser. You're a loser too, by the way. I'm sorry. You're beautiful, but you're a fucking loser. Not as big a loser as this fucking. I wonder if he's gonna beat you too. Like you other one.
He's gonna beat you too, like the other one.
You hear that, right?
I knew I fucking heard
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Who's he talking about? Now it's buffering again. Son of a
Wow.
bitch.
You heard that.
I fucking heard it. I pointed out last night and said
Wow.
something in Aiden's under the post, and everybody's like, I heard it too. Why is this buffering?
Oh my goodness.
I know, Kristen. I'm looking. What? They're telling Meredith that, referring to LG.
Oh, she's pregnant again or
Oh,
something.
Lindsay. Lindsay.
Why? Who cares? Like,
Who cares?
go have a baby. Go have
Yeah.
5. Go have 50.
Oh, he's gonna beat you too, like the other one. That's saying like Turtle Boy beat. He didn't beat her up. What the fuck are you talking about? They're just making
What?
shit up. That's
Who's
what
that?
they're fucking saying. I
You're a
get it
loser
now.
too, by the
Because
way.
Lindsay made all those things.
That's not
But you're a
Yeah,
fucking
that's,
loser.
Lindsay made all those accusations. You
Not
know what
as
I
big a
mean?
loser as this fucking. I wonder if he's gonna beat you too. Like you other one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Saying, but right.
Wow. That ain't right.
That right, because she's saying all that the frivolous bullshit. That's what that is. Kevin says, "Hey Brian, great studio. Just wanted to say the last 3 witnesses that the defense pulled up absolutely knocked it out of the park. Never thought Karen was guilty. This proves her innocence. That guy, the ARCA, forget it, forget it. With ARCA,
So that's where all the smart people go when they graduate, I guess. They all go there, like, because you get that bell curve. You have the smart people and the dumb people and
Yeah.
the regular people. These people all go there. The smart people. Like,
did you watch any of the testimony?
I
today?
watched some of that guy, and he's saying it. You
I
would
think
see
it's-
damage here on his arm. You'd see the tissue would be damaged. It's not. You would see broken bones. They're not. There'd be a dent in the car. It's not there. So
Let's-
there's no way that his hand is the impact of that. So it didn't happen.
And I did, and it's funny because I was talking to my UPS driver today, and he said the one good point that the guy made, and it's just stuff that we don't think about because we overthink it. He said the tail light's like 6 inches.
Yes.
And he said, but the marks on John's arm are longer than 6 inches, so it wouldn't make any sense. And I love when he goes,
No.
Alan Jackson goes, so you made a device like a cannon that shot drinking glasses, and the guy goes, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. But again, right? That's
It's
physics.
pretty cool.
But
it's physics.
But they rely on physics, and they have to test their theory out. And you got to build a shotgun cannon.
Right.
Let's build it.
He was like, let's do it.
do it. Right.
Yeah, let's pull some of that up real quick. I haven't seen any of it today.
I want to see the shotgun with the cannon thing he made.
It'd be
To
cool.
blow
Hell
stuff
yeah.
out, debris out, just to debris hits.
Let me just cue this up, guys. All right, here we go.
Just think about like his boss, and he goes, "Hey, I need to make a cannon." His boss is like, "Yeah,
Cool.
let's go." Yeah, really.
Is he not
All right,
connected
let's
in any
listen
way
to
to
him.
the defense? Is that right?
Correct.
And not connected in any way to the Commonwealth. Is that right?
Correct.
If you don't want
So
to
your
look up, Tom,
analysis
you
and your
can look right
conclusions
there.
and your opinions
I'm
are
gonna read that,
completely
Sorry.
independent of the defense and the Commonwealth in this case. Is that right?
Objection.
Sustained. Mr. Jackson, you can ask it differently.
When you did your analysis and conclusions, well, let me ask it this way. You finalized your report, you and your team, correct?
Correct.
That report is contained in a multi-page document that was submitted following your analysis and your opinions and conclusions, right?
Correct.
The defense didn't have anything to do with that, correct?
Correct.
You had never met us, didn't know who we were when you did this.
Correct.
You'd never met Mr. Lally,
Yeah.
didn't know who he was when you did this.
Correct.
Independent
Your
investigation.
analysis,
I don't-
opinions,
yeah,
testing,
there you
and
go.
conclusions were requested by a completely separate agency.
That is correct.
Agency.
Goes
Nice.
without saying, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. You haven't been paid by the defense,
You have not paid us anything, no.
This is awesome.
and you don't
He's
work
just
for us.
nailing it.
That's correct.
As a matter of fact, I've never asked you specific questions about your testing before today.
That is correct.
Let me just pull this up real quick. KD says top left, Colin Albert. Next to him was Chris Albert. I knew that. Then Julie Nagel. And then the end of the bench was Chris Albert Jr. Chris Albert Jr. says, so crazy. He's the one that says this is so crazy how they act. Yeah, this is just nuts. All right, let's keep playing through some of this.
But aren't the people awesome? The fans out there,
Oh,
the
of
people.
course.
I mean, right away with the information. Here you go. This is here.
Yeah.
This is blah, blah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I try to do everything I can because I still work a day night job. So I try to catch up as much as I can through the day. And like a lot of the times, if I have the day and I'm off from work, I can prepare a little bit more. But
Right.
I get kind of my feed through Twitter and I go, okay, I'll talk about this tonight. I'll pull this up. I'll talk about that. And that's the beauty of just having someone spontaneously here, because if I didn't catch something through the
I would
day,
get
he
it.
could say, hey, did you hear about this? Did you know about
Absolutely.
that? So
Yep.
that's why I want to start doing this.
Your work product, the report
right.
that you provided was provided both.
Solomon,
to the
thank you.
defense-
$5 said I had a neighbor put in a BS case over me over trash. No, what did I say to stay away from him? It was avoided bad situations, all for Karen Reed, but I call BS when I see it. Absolutely. It's a total BS case, man.
Yep.
All right, let's hear it.
As well as
Jack
the
and
Commonwealth.
Wednesday.
Is that right?
That's my understanding, yes.
And you were equally available to both sides.
In terms of them reaching out,
Correct.
yes.
You did not.
And I called you ultimately after receiving your report, asked if you join us and testify, correct?
That is correct.
Were you and your team asked to undertake a review for purposes of accident reconstruction of the case that's now pending before the court?
Yes, sir.
Was your team asked to do this by the agency that ultimately retained you, not us?
That's correct.
Who at ARCA was assigned to the team who would ultimately undertake this job of accident reconstruction?
It was myself, Dr. Andrew Rentschler, and Scott Klein.
What was Dr. Rentschler's role in this case as it's distinguished from your role in the case?
Certainly. So Dr. Rentschler is a
Focus. If he's talking about the injuries to Mr. O'Keefe, what was your focus in your reconstruction and your analysis?
I would simply say it was looking more at the damage to the vehicle.
Okay, so in terms of your team and the responsibilities of each of the team members, you were more focused on the damage to the SUV. Dr. Rentschler was more focused on the injuries suffered by Mr.
Nick Rocco chiming in. Nick, how you doing, buddy? He says today was the nail in the coffin. It's done and over. Completely agree. These two guys, you're not going to fool these guys. I
You
mean, they're
can't.
experts in physics,
There's no way.
kinesiology, they're biomechanics. Tom,
Listen.
there's no way.
That doctor the other day, the lady going through her qualifications, the
Yeah.
one that worked for like 30 years, like she taught the doctors what to do. I'm like enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
And I love how Lally gets up and he's going to try to discredit these two guys, Tom.
Of all
I'm
people.
literally like
Of all
laughing
people.
today.
All people to go up
Laughing.
and discredit. He should be like,
Yeah.
can I get a card?
Yeah. I mean, I would have just sat down and said no question. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Rest,
You're not gonna discredit this guy.
Good luck.
Yeah.
He tried.
Right. Kevin, $5 says Alan Jackson never prepped these guys for the trial. That's crazy. He just he went in blind into the testimony as where he never questioned them until today. And that's what I love about this, because that tells you they were so confident. Karen's team was so confident in the determination of their testing, the outcome of their testing, that he didn't even feel like he needed a prep with them, because they have no agenda. They're just doing an independent investigation.
No prep. Think about that for a second. No prep of someone who's going to come and speak about your client. They guilt written. No prep.
They
don't let that happen. These people are at the lawyers are at a caliber. They don't let that happen unless a couple things have happened in the past. They've dealt with them before, and they know that they just speak facts and truth to whatever.
Yep.
Or two, they got a heads up that, hey, we hired this company to come in, and here's the report. And now they're going to call that guy in. They didn't hire them.
Yeah.
They did not hire them. The FBI hired that company to do the work and to physically prove it did not happen.
Right.
Hence Josh Levy's comment, or who said it? The car didn't hit John, and John didn't hit that car.
Right. What was in the report?
Yeah.
And Jackson said it back in court. You will hear in this independent and he went, I didn't hire him. The Commonwealth didn't hire them. He just said, you will hear from experts with what was it, 3 PhDs? And you said you will hear from them, and they came to the conclusion that Karen Reed's SUV did not strike John O'Keefe, nor did John O'Keefe strike Karen Reed's SUV. It did not happen.
And
didn't happen.
And why do we have all these people getting paraded in front of us telling us that it didn't happen also? When I'll take the PhD guy over soccer mom any day.
Yeah, I probably would do that too. Grant's Pants checking in. I love this name. Grant's Pants checking in. 495 says, I'm surprised that Lally hasn't made the run for the 3rd story window in the courtroom yet.
Head first, he beat Superman. Yeah.
All right, let's play a little bit more here.
I think that's a fair characterization, although with the caveat that we worked together as a team. So we weren't isolated kind of in those areas, not speaking to each other. We certainly worked together on the analysis.
Understood. Were you provided, or did you review certain materials in furtherance of your
Wait till I start talking about the testing.
Yes.
What were you provided?
We were provided photographs of the incident location. We were provided photographs of the Lexus. There were a couple of incident reports that we received. I could look at my report for the full list, but those were the ones.
And that's the thing is I want everybody to understand this. All their job is to take the data and crunch it and just to see, can this happen? That's it. They have no agenda for Karen Reed. They have no agenda for the Commonwealth. They're independent of all of this. They're independent. Real quick, Kristen, thanks for the 20 on Cash App. She said, voicing the truth. Thank you so much. We'll add that to the total. Sean McDonough goes having a little shindig tomorrow. And then Sean will be on my show on Wednesday, not in studio, but Tom's here tonight. Tom's in studio. He was right there. It's right there.
Live, man. We're here.
You can go ahead and do that, Doctor.
I'm feeling more comfortable now because I told you, I seriously looked at Tom
You're
before.
nervous.
I was like, dude, I'm nervous as hell right now.
I'm
nervous as hell.
This is just awesome. I'm not.
It's cool.
It's
cool. There's some things that I want to improve.
You got to tweak
a little
it.
bit.
It keeps going. Never ends.
Yeah. All right.
I have a copy of it. Is this faster?
Sarah said she loves you. Love you, Tom.
Thank you, Sarah, very much.
This is good. This is great.
Thank you.
My Wi-Fi is shitting tonight. Connection is fairly good.
How many categories of materials were you provided?
Oh, there we go.
Provided, it would be approximately 10.
Could you list those off for the jurors, please?
It would be the Norfolk SPDU homicide death report.
Thank you, Paula. Appreciate
the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of State Police crime scene report, OCME dispatch removal report, photographs of the incident location, videos of the incident location, photographs of the 2021 Lexus LX 570, photographs of recovered evidence, crash data retrieval report from the 2021 Lexus 570, report of autopsy, and autopsy photographs.
Based on these data that you were provided, were you able to satisfactorily, to your mind, satisfactorily
Yeah.
engage in the consultation that you were hired to do
Yes,
and come up with some opinions and conclusions based on scientific certainty?
yes.
Ooh.
Did you review scene photographs of the alleged incident?
Yes, sir.
What information were you able to glean or gather from your review of the photographs, from the scene specifically?
So from those photographs, I was able to identify there was fragments of transparent red, clear plastic. There also appeared to be pieces of chrome and black plastic. I also observed what appeared to be glass fragments along with a black drinking straw.
Did you also review some
bad.
videos?
Yes,
That was out at the scene, maybe a leaf blower?
correct. It appeared to be daytime, yes.
Okay. What did you note about the photography at the scene of the items that were being photographed?
Well, I think one thing that comes to mind is it was a little bit difficult to follow the evidence, so to speak. So typically, when I go out and do an inspection, especially of a fresh incident, let's say,
Come on, Tom.
I can't.
I
I, got
mean,
nothing.
come on.
Listen.
Listen,
can you
even
blame
this
the
guy's
guy?
saying it.
He couldn't get there. He look. No.
This
I've
guy's
got
saying it.
a debris field or I've got tire marks. What I like to do is kind of step into the scene, if you will, where you take global perspective shots and then you step into a specific piece of evidence so that you can, at a later point in time, identify where that evidence is. I noted that in a lot of these photographs, I didn't see a whole lot of that stepping in. It was essentially just zoomed right into where that evidence is, but not really having a great understanding of where was it relative to all of the other evidence.
Or when it got there?
Correct.
Based on your review of all the materials that you described for the court, did you get an understanding of what the Commonwealth's theory of the case is, specifically Mr. O'Keefe was struck by the Lexus SUV?
Objection.
Sustained.
Did you come to understand that the allegations before the court were that Mr. O'Keefe was struck by the vehicle?
Objection.
Sustained. Ask it differently, Mr. Jackson.
Did you perform an accident reconstruction
Right here.
specifically focused on determining whether or not damage to the Lexus was consistent with hitting Mr. O'Keefe?
Yes, I think that's a fair characterization.
And reversing that, was your accident reconstruction also focused on whether or not the injuries to Mr. O'Keefe were the result of being hit by a vehicle?
Yes.
Whoa. Kristen, thanks for the 5 on Cash App. Thank you. Kirsten,
During
I'm
your
sorry,
analysis,
Kirsten.
did you note the damage
I can't
to the
see.
vehicle?
I'm blind.
Yes, sir.
Describe that, please.
So the primary damage was to the right taillight. It appeared to be fractured with the majority of the lens cover, so that clear and red plastic covering missing from it. In addition to that, if you're looking at the back of the vehicle, to the left of that, in the area above there's also another tail lamp assembly on the lift gate. So above that assembly, there was a small dent along with some paint chips on the bumper, more so on the wraparound section as it kind of curves around to the right side of the vehicle. There appeared to be some superficial scratches as well in that area.
Was there any other damage or deformation that you were able to glean from your review, the photogrammetry, damage to the Lexus, the bumpers, the panels, the quarter panel, the sheet metal, anything like that?
No, the rest was remarkably intact.
Is it common in vehicle pedestrian collisions that there is some sort of bumper displacement and or sheet metal deformation that's concomitant to that?
Absolutely. Assuming a pedestrian is positioned in a normal upright position, you certainly would expect to see damage to the bumper. In a lot of cases, what happens is, the bumper is just clipped on. So again, the force of that impact will oftentimes cause the bumper to kind of become unmounted or unclipped. You certainly could see deformation to body paneling, such as the lift gate or the.
It's designed to do that.
Exactly.
It's designed to do
the
that in
clips
an
are.
impact.
Yep.
Right. It will push up. Yep. So he's right.
quarter panel as well.
Like they said, what was it? It might have been.
The cars are all snapped together. People don't realize that.
Yeah,
they
they're
snapped
shitty.
together.
Yeah.
They're all of them are.
They're
New
all
ones.
it's all clips.
It's all plastic.
Yeah,
Click, click, click. That's it. Yeah.
Because it what they want to do is when they have to fix that car, make it as quick as possible to get it in and out and all that stuff.
So who's going to buy her a new infotainment system that they destroyed?
Right. Well, that'll be
They
on.
took-
the
they
Canon PD.
destroyed the entire interior of the car.
Yeah.
Taking out the chip that had text messages on it
Mm.
because the car was connected to her phone.
Oh, that's right. So all that stuff came through there.
Had to get rid of that data.
Yeah. Interesting.
Is that especially true at higher speeds, meaning above 15 miles per hour or so?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Was there any apparent damage to the Lexus that appeared consistent with any kind of pedestrian interaction that you saw?
No, it was really confined to just the taillight, a very isolated portion of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
During your review and your investigation, did you note
Crashed.
information concerning items that were supposedly found on the bumper?
Yes.
What was that?
I believe it was noted there was 2 apparent glass fragments located on the top bumper cover.
What's the significance of the presence of those items or the lack of materiality of those items in your view?
Well, again, I think it's going back to the scene evidence. Again, we knew that there was glass fragments, what appeared to be from a drinking
Real
glass.
quick, Kevin, I want to see the picture of this cannon boom, what these witnesses did to the Commonwealth's case.
Yeah.
They didn't show anything, right? They just talked about it.
I
Yeah.
think they did. They talked about it.
It would have been great if we had video of it, right?
Again, I want to see the cannon.
I want to see the cannon.
I do.
Glass.
Like they're mythbusters. That's exactly what they are.
But it's all physics,
Right.
based on physics,
Yeah.
and they have to prove it on paper,
Right.
and then make it happen, and then go and do another report based on the findings.
Right.
So it's not like they're building a cannon; they're doing it based on physics.
Right.
It's how much
trying to
air has to get
Prove
forced
something
to,
correct or
to
prove
get the
something wrong.
velocity right to be able to do this at this
Right.
angle.
Cheryl,
It's insane. It's intense.
yeah, it is. Cheryl says, "We love you, Brian and Tom. I'll continue to follow you both. Thank you for everything that you covered during the trial. It's not over yet.
No,
listen,
we're
not
close.
there
We're
yet.
close.
We're close. But let's
we're not
not
there.
jump ahead.
Can't quit yet.
We're getting there.
We're not done.
Right. We'll put a little bit more.
At the scene of the alleged incident.
Is there any glass consistent with the glass that was supposedly found on the bumper in the taillight?
If anybody's trying to figure out what Tom's doing, I have a big screen TV up on the wall. He's just looking up there.
Yeah, I'm staring at
He's
the
got-
big TV.
He's got an iPad in front of him too, so he can see the chat.
Housing, the taillight mechanism,
looking up
anything
the
from the
TV.
car, from the Lexus that would account for that glass?
Excuse me.
Okay, I think I understand. So the taillight itself is not comprised of any glass. It is all plastic. So that damage, or I should say that glass on the top bumper cover could not have come from the right taillight.
Now, based on your review of the information that was provided to you, did you undertake any testing of that vehicle? I'm sorry, any testing concerning the damage to the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
All right, can you describe what that testing was?
So we performed, again, this is with Dr. Rentschler and I working together on this again. We performed projectile testing to the tail lamp with a drinking glass as well.
Before we get to this really quick, Tom, CPU Mod 1, $5. Thank you. Says, thank you, Dr. Wolf. Defense lawyers are badass. What a day for Karen and everyone helping. Teamworks pays off. Free Karen Reed. And if you're just coming in, I know a lot of people just said they came over from the Young Jerks. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And Tom, if you don't know, Tom is right over there. He's my first in-studio guest here hanging out with us tonight, going in and talking about Karen Reed. All right, so we're going to hear about the cannon now.
Well as a hybrid head form.
Let's take those one at a time. How would you describe the drinking glass test?
Certainly. So again, from our review of the evidence, we knew that we had an isolated portion of damage to Lexus confined to the taillight. So we know that we're dealing with potentially a small object that could have created that. Looking at, again, the evidence in terms of the scene photographs, we know that we have a damaged drinking glass at the scene in the vicinity of the fragments of the taillight. So the theory that Dr. Rentschler and I put forward is potentially an individual threw this drinking glass at the back of the Lexus, causing the taillight to fracture.
I'm going to interrupt you right there. You and Dr. Rentschler formed that theory and wanted to test that theory, correct?
Yes,
You were not told that theory by the defense because you've never met us.
correct.
So essentially what happened, they looked at the evidence and said, how could this be possible? Well, maybe the drinking glass had to have done it.
Based on the evidence.
Evidence is in four of us.
Right?
But guess what?
Let's find
When
out
they
what
come through with their
happened.
testing, guess what they're going to find out?
You were not told that theory by the Commonwealth. You never met them, correct?
Correct.
Your theory was the product of simply having some facts extant in the data that a broken drinking glass, a broken taillight, let's put them together and figure out if the drinking glass could be responsible for the taillight and vice versa.
Absolutely, yes.
And that was your determination of, well,
Monica says,
we were
great
given
first guest.
instructions to reconstruct
Absolutely.
this. Let's look at every single angle, correct?
Absolutely. And I will note, as part of the engagement with the entity that retained
you,
us,
Audrey.
we were asked not to do any outside research or investigation of the case. It was to be based solely on the evidence that we were provided.
Okay. As a matter of fact, an
There
important
you
way,
go.
So-
Well, there you go.
while you were doing your testing,
Yeah.
Impartial in every single
So
way.
they're just looking
Make
at the
this-
totality
make-
of it.
Make this work.
Work.
Can this make this damage to the taillight at all?
Right.
Can the taillight make the damage to this at all?
And guess what?
They're gonna make a
They're gonna
cannon
make
and
a-
find
they're
out.
gonna
I
make
wanna hear
cannon
about
and
this.
find So I know a lot of people are asking me tomorrow, am I going to be outside the courtroom? I'm not sure yet. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to be transparent and open with everybody here. My work life has not been very good lately. It's pretty tense. And probably the best thing for me is to go to work tomorrow. So I haven't made a decision yet. But we'll see. We'll see. But I'm probably going to have to end up going. So I won't be out there, but I do have a couple of things lined up for tomorrow where you might see me sneak on some programs. I've been asked to be a guest on a program, so you might see that tomorrow. Yes, air conditioning is working in the studio now. But I'm gonna try my best. But if not, if this goes to Wednesday, I do have Wednesday off, and I will be outside the courtroom on Wednesday, of course. Yeah,
I don't think it's going Wednesday. I
don't think so either. But my girlfriend just said you're not calling out tomorrow. That's my
She
HR
knows.
opinion. She knows because she works.
She
in HR.
knows. Yeah. Good luck with that one.
Yeah. All right, let's keep playing. Everybody calls these the crash daddies, so we're gonna play crash daddy for the ladies.
had you ever even heard of the Karen Reed case?
No.
So getting back to that.
I do want to let everybody know this. If you're just coming in, my customary, I don't have the thing at the top of the chat. 25% of all donations will get kicked back to Karen Reed's defense fund tonight. I think we're at about in the 200s right now. So 25% of that, I think we're close. We should be close to $50. I like to get to at least $50 for Karen. So, all right, let's keep
Testing,
playing.
and I
Yes, do
interrupted
have to
your
pay the
flow.
bills.
You were looking at whether or not the glass could have produced the damage to the rear taillight that you saw, correct?
Correct.
And what did you do in furtherance of making a determination about whether or not that was possible?
Certainly. So myself and one of our lab technicians at
No.
ARCA, we designed and developed a pressurized air cannon. So
Nice.
it was capable of firing a projectile such as a drinking glass at the taillight. So it essentially, you can think of it kind of as a giant cannon, but it had a barrel, and then there was a valve that would open rapidly, and directly behind that was a pressurized vessel.
Using the magnet.
And
Oh, cool.
depending on the pressure, the PSI of that vessel, would determine essentially the speed at which that glass would be projected into the taillight.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
He's so look how happy he is about
Love
it, Tommy.
it. Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's
I built
pretty
a
awesome.
cannon.
Yeah, because it took him back to being like probably 13, 14 years old. You know?
Listen, this guy's building stuff to prove this did not happen. He's building things, guy.
He goes, it's pretty awesome.
But yet again, all right, think about the data that he collected from that one test, from the one thing that he made.
Yeah.
That data proves that it did not happen.
Right.
It cannot
Right.
happen.
Look at the smile on his face. All
Yeah,
right, ladies, if you
there you
need to
go.
screen grab it,
That's a-
grab it now. That's,
that's
a perfect.
That'll be back for people's background.
Right, that'll be everybody's background. Oh, Crash Daddy! Oh, oh, Crash
There'll be
Daddy!
tattoos coming out and everything.
Everybody's look at. Oh, he's got dimples. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep playing here.
Tell me what the results of your testing
He's
was.
really
with this
he's
pneumatic
enjoying
cannon
that he
with
made
fire
that cannon.
Of course.
the drinking glass.
Certainly. So we performed two different tests in terms of speeds. The target speeds were 30 and 40 miles per hour.
This is
Why was that?
important.
Well, so with consultation with Dr. Rentschler, he indicated that that is a reasonable speed at which an adult male or an individual, for
There you
that
go.
matter, could throw a drinking glass at the taillight.
Had anybody up to that point, anybody told you any specific, let's see if I can rephrase that.
Yeah.
Had anybody indicated that there was any evidence whatsoever that John O'Keefe had thrown a drinking glass at the taillight?
No.
Was this another example of you and Dr. Rentschler and your team just exploring sort of every possibility and working a little bit in the blind?
Objection.
Sustained.
What was the reason that you decided,
Oh my
or you and your
God.
team decided, that you wanted to approximate how a grown man could throw a glass at a taillight?
Well, I think we wanted to have an understanding is when a projectile such as a drinking glass interacted with the taillight, would we get damage on the test taillight that was consistent with that of the subject taillight?
Understood.
There you go.
That makes
So
sense, right?
based on your theory, were you able to approximate the damage on the taillight?
Yes.
Describe
Make
that
for the
for us.
5.
So as I mentioned,
Okay.
we ran two tests. The target speeds were at 30 and 40 miles per hour. And there was a little bit of variability in terms of what our target was and what we actually achieved. So the achieved speeds were at 31 miles per hour and 37 miles per hour. So there's just depending on how the glass leaves the barrel and some of the rotation can affect some of the speed, or ultimately the end result speed to that. So what I will say though is that with the 37 mile per hour projectile into the taillight, we noted and observed that there was damage that was consistent with that of the subject tail lamp, and that the test tail lamp had the majority of the outer lens fractured and missing, broken into pieces, as well as some underlying damage to some of the internal components as well.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that the glass hit the taillight in any way, shape, manner, or
Right.
form. It means something that is traveling at 37 miles an hour that has the density of glass can break the taillight, similar to how he saw the taillight fractured and broken.
How about a
Similar
hammer strike?
patterns. That's exactly correct. At 37 miles an hour, hitting that would cause that damage. It's the force and the mass and the speed and velocity, and
Yeah, because you figure. All right, let's
It-
just say
it-
this.
a 10 mile an hour,
Right.
10,
If you're like you said, a normal person can throw between what 30 and 40 miles an hour. They estimated.
Yep.
I'm sure when you strike a hammer, it's probably 30 to 40 miles an hour with all that force coming
Mhm.
down like that.
Yep.
This would be the same thing.
37 miles an hour to be exact.
Okay,
That's what he's saying.
there you go.
That's what it takes to break the taillight.
That's what it takes to break the tail light.
37 miles an hour.
37 miles an hour. All right. Sleuthy.
Are you saying,
Science.
well, let me ask you a different question.
Science, bitches. You know?
Science,
You were able to
bitches.
replicate the damage to the taillight using a pneumatic cannon
That's
firing
my,
the glass
Breaking Bad
37 miles an
reference.
hour
Everybody knows.
directly at the taillight, correct?
Correct.
And that would also shatter the glass too, correct?
Correct.
Did you do any testing about whether or not that damage to the taillight could be produced by a person simply holding a glass and being hit by the car driving in reverse?
We didn't do any testing of that, and primarily because, again, if we're looking at the arm and its total length, right? We only have a narrow damage pattern, which on the taillight, if you think about where the kind of where it meets the lift gate into where it starts to wrap around to the side of the vehicle, that's only about 6.5 inches in width.
All right. when you fired the glass into the taillight was static. In other words, it was not going to move. It was
Stationary.
immovable at that point, correct?
Mhm.
Correct.
All right, so the glass is hurling through the air at 37 miles an hour and hits the static object that's resisting, and that smash is what produced ultimately the taillight damage that you were able to replicate. Is that right?
Yes.
If a person were holding in his hand the
Amy
glass,
says Clark Kent.
and
Thanks for the
the
$2.
taillight were to
Yeah.
hit that hand, the hand would not remain static, correct?
Objection.
Sustained. Ask it differently, Mr. Jackson.
If the taillight were to
Poor Jackson.
the taillight were to make contact with a person holding a glass, would that replicate what you did in terms of you're firing a glass into the taillight? In other words, are they apples and apples?
No, I don't think it would be the same.
Okay, why is that?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, again, the damage to the back of the Lexus, again, is confined to just that roughly, again, when we're talking about the taillight itself, that 6.5-inch section in width.
Right.
So it's inconsistent with the total length of the arm, and certainly from discussion with Dr. Rentschler, inconsistent with the injuries to the arm.
It can't
So
happen.
given everything in your investigation was revealed concerning this testing, are you saying that the taillight was damaged by John O'Keefe holding a drinking glass that was hit by an SUV?
Objection.
Sustained.
You, in all the information that you provided, you were not provided anything that suggested that John O'Keefe threw a glass at the taillight. correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
Fair approach.
Yeah, it's just, yes.
Just trying to always keep stuff out. All right, let's get ahead here. And I think they come back quick from this.
What height did you choose to perform
They
this
did
shock
7
test?
feet, I think.
7.5 feet.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose that height?
Well, if you calculate it through physics and the
Physics.
acceleration due to gravity, that would equate to an impact speed of 15 miles per hour at that height.
And what was the significance of 15 miles per hour?
Well, that was essentially kind of a starting point for us, if you will. So I will tell you that in reverse, 15 miles an hour is fast. I don't know if you've ever looked at your speedometer when you're pulling into your driveway, reversing into it.
Real quick, I'm just get this. Scott McGinnis is in the chat. He said,
he?
"Huge day, Tommy. Cool seeing you live in Brian's studio. This is wild." Yeah,
Scott
thanks, Scott.
McGinnis,
We're gonna
my
get you in
man.
here sometime.
He's my man.
We're gonna get you in here sometime, Scott. Let you
awesome.
tell your story.
I
You
love
know,
my boy
Why I
Scott.
wanted to do this
He's been there the whole time,
Whole
through
time.
everything.
whole time. You've been the eyes and ears out there, Tommy.
Just do my best.
It's crazy. How many have you sat back and thought how many hours of footage that you've actually filmed out there?
No,
It's got to be hundreds of
I gotta-
hours of film.
I tell you that my other phone, the camera's only good for so many hours. I burned the camera out. It's done. My other phone, it's
Yeah.
all done. It doesn't work.
That's insane.
Yep.
But you
I
mean,
don't know.
how many days have we like 28 days? It's probably longer than that, right?
You know, the person to ask is Karen.
Let's just say
Because
if you're at 30 days and let's just say an
30
average
days.
of 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's that's not right. Hang on. 30 days at 8 hours. It's not 240 hours. It's got to be more than that.
2,400 hours.
2,400 hours.
2,000 hours. Yeah. And that's only 30 days. I got a year and a half worth, guy.
It's crazy. Mazza says, Tommy, see you in Dedham tomorrow,
My guy,
buddy.
Mazza.
Oh,
Can't miss him.
so bad tomorrow.
I'll live stream it. Don't worry. I do it every day.
I'm going to be working. I can't watch.
That's okay. Twitter will be on fire. You know that.
Do you know
right?
that, like, I'm going to be honest with you. At work today, knowing that
I mean,
how
we got 8 hours. You gotta be careful.
just saying. No, this is just the thought I had at work today. Like, because everything is progressing so fast now,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that I can't be there until Wednesday. If this goes until Wednesday, which I don't think it's going to, I literally started feeling guilty today because I can't be there tomorrow.
Oh no, dude.
Like
no.
I literally, and then I'm sitting here and I'm going, I need to do more. I had to do more. I got to do more. I
No,
haven't
guy.
done enough. You know, like it started kind of hitting me today. And I want to be there for the moment when we hear not guilty and I can celebrate with everybody. But I feel guilty that I'm not going to be able to be there. It crushes me.
And that's the thing, right? There's so many people at home that are listening, that are watching, that feel the same way. They can't go. Whether it's space, time, kids, parents, whatever the reason, same boat. Dude, you've done a lot.
It's crushed me.
You've done a lot.
It's crushing me. Like, I'm like,
listen, that we can't get to where we're at without what you've done.
What everybody has, though.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
I know,
It's
but
everybody.
But it's, you know,
I'm really stressed and like anxiety over it.
listen,
I have been super stressed like the last week.
I
over this
had a
whole
lot
thing.
going on too. I'm putting that aside. I lost my dad.
I know.
So
I'm
that's
sorry.
just, I'll deal with that in a couple of days, you know. We come too far for this. This is not time to stop. So just keep doing what
I'm
you're
sorry.
doing. Don't be sorry.
Well, I'm just saying if you
No.
need anything.
No, dude, I'm good.
I'm
good.
saying
No.
if you need anything.
I know.
We're
I
here
know.
for you.
I know. But don't feel guilty that you're not there tomorrow. And no one at home should feel that way either. Absolutely no way. No. Because we've been doing this from the start. We know how to do this. People that can't be there can watch from home. This is just another day of court, except it's the last day.
Mhm.
We hope. It may not be.
Right. You don't know.
And then we have Sandra Birchmore. So
Yes.
it's not like you won't be seeing us again.
Sure, of course. Sandy, $10 says, can the judge interrupt closings? I don't think so. I think that's just their
I don't.
opportunity
Yep.
to go. That's like an opening statement. When you watch the open statements,
Yep.
can't say anything. Closing arguments, can't say anything. I wonder if she's going to time limit them again.
I don't even
this
think
time,
you can
though.
leave the courtroom.
No one's allowed to leave
No.
the courtroom. Oh.
I think they locked the doors.
I
Right,
wonder,
don't lock the doors. They shut the doors.
Shut the
and
doors.
You're not allowed to go in or out.
but I wonder if she's going to time limit them again. Because remember, it was 45 minutes each.
That's so odd to me.
Yeah.
It's her courtroom.
It's her courtroom.
She's running the buffer zone outside too. Listen. Tomorrow, that buffer zone is going to be destroyed.
Oh, God. Fuck this.
If that verdict comes in, there's no buffer zone.
Right.
Because at that point, the trial's over.
Right. Kevin Ferris checking in. Thank you again, Kevin. $5 to Tom. Did you throw your phone away and destroy the SIM card? Call Higgins. He will show you.
So just real quick, right? He took the phone with the SIM card into the FBI office,
Mm-hmm.
called his friend on the phone, plugged his phone into the kiosk that they have, and his phone walked him through how to go through the root, the actual operating system of the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and remove the text messages that he had between him and John. Once he removed the messages between him and John, he then took the card and destroyed the card by cutting it up. He then disposed of the card into a burn barrel that all the trash gets burned.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that. And then he put the phone in another barrel altogether. So, and then they destroyed the Lexus infotainment system because Higgins' text messages would come through the whatever phone was connected to the Lexus. So if
Yeah.
Karen's phone was connected,
Yep.
all that data's in the Lexus. So they had to destroy the chips there. So no.
Jag says, have you posted a poll for how long the verdict takes? I haven't. Because you know why? I mean, listen, everybody has their prediction. I'm just gonna leave it like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I know I've saw a lot of polls out there. From all the experts that I heard, and I'm going to say Melanie Little, Mark Bedrow, they said this is going to be the quickest acquittal that they've ever heard of in their entire life.
And we know there's one that's been an hour. So
Yeah.
that's even before that. I'm calling.
What's the
listen,
OJ one was like an hour,
I'm calling 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Calling 20 minutes. And I think that will be a
Maybe like a
absolute
record.
middle finger to the judge for putting these people through this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is terrorism to these jurors. I feel bad for the jurors. I want to apologize. They had to sit through this.
Yeah. To me, the thing that was the big indicator for me today, and I'm going to go back to when we first started talking, was when Bev said, jurors, we're going to push through a little bit past 1
Mhm.
o'clock today. And all of them went,
Yep. Let's go.
because they want to get to the end.
Yep.
Because I think they're ready, and I think they've been ready for weeks.
Listen, I see myself sitting in that jury. I see you sitting in the jury. We wouldn't put up with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting tired of it. We're on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Imagine getting what do they get paid? $40 a day to
Not
sit
even
there?
that. I don't.
Not
think.
even $30. Something $30 to sit there every day to listen to Lally.
Yeah,
You
so
couldn't pay me enough.
everybody is saying. So Scott says this is such a who knows jury deliberations times in the obvious situation as is. Yeah, I agree. I
mean-
I just want this nightmare to be over for Karen.
Yep.
I want her brain to rest.
How
She's
her
been
body.
doing
I
this for
mean, her
2 years.
family.
You got to get up
everybody.
every single day. You got to be up early. You got to be presentable. You got to be respectful. You got to go into court. Like this is a lot on this woman. I mean, she's literally been probably stressed to the max. And the funny thing about it, Tom, seeing her out there in front of that courtroom, you wouldn't even think one thing has shaken her to the core at all.
Nope.
With the amount of stress that's probably on her, she gets out, she smiles, she interacts, she's professional, she gets into court, she sits through her court, she's involved with her team.
She made a comment about that today. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I didn't.
She says she's been working on this case every single day for every
I
single
believe it.
waking moment.
I believe it.
I believe that 100%.
I know for a fact that when court is over, and I
She's-
know this by sources, very close sources to the Reed family, they don't stop.
No,
They work.
no,
They have a room, they call it their war room,
Yep.
and they go in and just constantly work on this
Yep.
case. And I love the fact that Karen has been so involved in her case because a lot of people don't get involved and they just say, "Here, lawyers, you handle it."
because she knows that
Excuse
Karen
me.
knows the facts. She was there.
She was there,
She can say, "This is
She
why.
knows
This
everything.
is that. This is this. This is that."
of course. Let's see. $10 says you've given so much of yourself to this case, and whether you're physically there, your ripple effects is all over tomorrow. I hope while you're at work, you feel the difference you've made. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that's true, Brian.
Michelle, $5 says, just think, Brian, all of us at home need you live streaming when with us, we're all together in spirit. Yes, I agree. Glera checking in. What's up, Will? How are
Here
you?
he
Good to
is.
see you, buddy. He says she's most definitely a warrior.
Yes,
100%.
definitely.
100%. Good to see you, buddy. I wish my room was done before you left, bro. I would have had you in here in a second. Next time you come through the bean, we got to get you in the studio.
Yep.
All right, let's go back to Crash Daddy here a little bit, and we'll play a little bit more of this. If it's getting too late, just let me know, and because I know you're
The
gonna be
chat's
up early
loving
tomorrow.
it. The chat's liking him.
All right, let me get this up. All right, let's hear.
Do it into a parking stall. Most people probably don't go more than 5 miles an hour or so. So 15 miles an hour in reverse
I think Brandy's
is
in here
fast,
too.
especially when we're
Brandy's
talking
awesome.
about, it's my
She's
understanding it was
great.
nighttime.
Coming up on the pandemic.
There was winter conditions, potentially
Hi,
wet
Brandy.
or icy roads.
See ya.
So again, that speed is going to be what I
Bonnie's
would
in
say
the
on the
studio.
high end
Love
for going in
Brandy.
reverse. So
She's awesome.
also, in addition to with respect to kind of just the nature of that speed, it's my understanding through discussion with Dr. Rentschler that at 15 miles an hour, you start to see significant injuries to the human body when it makes contact with a vehicle. And I think one last point is that we needed to pick a speed where, again, this is kind of just us brainstorming, where we would have damage to the taillight, right? It would fracture it, but it wouldn't completely obliterate it. So we knew if we chose a speed, for instance, of 40 miles an hour,
Ellie's in the
we know
chat
we're going to
too.
completely essentially
Yeah.
explode the
Everybody's
taillight.
here. That's
But if
awesome.
we do, 1 mile an hour, we may not do anything to it, right?
Yeah,
So we kind
go
of had to
ahead.
pick a
You do
middle
your deal.
ground.
Real quick, I'm just going to say this. Catherine, thank you so much for the 10 on Cash App. She says, love the duo tonight. Love the duo tonight. Tommy's getting his iPad, which you going to stream?
No, I want to show you something.
Yeah.
It's funny. You say
Just so
that.
people know, if you haven't seen already, he
Yeah.
is physically
We're-
here.
we're
with me.
here.
He is with me.
There's two of us here.
What do you got? I got some really good pictures today, right? Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, these are great.
Here's the Kelly Reese stuff. Look how good she looks
I know.
there.
Oh
Look at
wow.
that. Isn't that a good picture with her and all the
Look at
lawyers?
this, I'll show
Is
you.
that not awesome?
Look at this.
It's awesome. That is a great
Look at that.
picture
That's
of
a great
her, huh?
picture.
And let me go to the next
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Show everybody. Here, show them on the camera. You do it.
I want to get the good ones first.
This
All
is
right.
great. Let me just open this up really quick. Go ahead. Just
So
show 'em
here's
up
a
there.
picture, right? That's kind of good,
Look at that. That's awesome. I love the green.
right? And oh, wait till you
The
see
green's
this one.
awesome. Melanie, wow, big super chat. Wow, 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 wow. $100.
Wow.
Thank you. 25% will get kicked back to Karen Reed tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
This is a good picture of all four of them.
Everybody's asking where's Crash Daddy's picture. That's a good one too. Look at Jackson laughing.
Yep.
That's great.
I mean, but that's the atmosphere
Yeah.
inside. It's just so much, just positivity. It's just awesome.
It's cool.
Yep.
Very, very cool.
So I guess some really good pictures today of everybody.
Everybody says just call out tomorrow. I can't.
No, I can't do that.
Mm.
I got Ted Daniels. He was out there interviewing Karen's
was he?
brother. Yeah, Karen's brother did great too. Yeah, Karen interview. Yeah, there's so many great pictures there. Oh, the guy that does Auntie Bev,
Oh, he showed up today,
he
right?
was there. He's a
He's
funny
a hoot,
dude.
huh?
Yeah, a lot of the kids love him.
Yeah.
All the kids just like flock to him.
Yeah.
So he strikes something with the kids. Maybe it's the wig or the crab walk or something. But yeah,
That's awesome.
They had a wigging thing for
Let's
him.
show everybody on camera. Just go down a little bit. There you go. That's great. I love
So-
it. That's good stuff.
It was a good day. Yeah.
You said about over 200 people there today
Oh,
out front.
easy, dude. Easy.
Let's pull it up.
Easy.
We can pull it up real quick. Are we gonna doing any more Crash Daddy here, or do you want to see? Let's see what outside looked like today. I missed it.
It was. You did miss it.
Let me see.
It was a lot of people.
Let's pull it up a little bit here. Oh, there's buffering. Why is this buffering?
Oh, cool. So Mark will be there tomorrow. Sweet. I'll see you again, bud.
And Maz is gonna be there.
Yeah, Maz will be there. I wonder if Mike's gonna.
What's going on here?
Well, what people do, just so you guys know, what people do is they'll come by in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll watch Karen go into court, then they'll leave and go to work.
Yeah.
And then they'll try and get out early, right? And then see her leave for the day.
Or a lot of people, they might work overnight and they'll come in the morning
Yep.
and then they go off to sleep.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm buffering really bad here. It's kind of annoying. So many tasty treats shown today on Tom's Live.
Yeah.
$2.
They don't.
They bring a lot of food today.
Yes. The donut.
got it back,
The
hang on.
Donut King. The donuts, Brian, are like twice the
I
size
know.
of
I
regular
saw him
donut.
last time I was down there.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. Let me. Oh, look at. I got her walking in. Hang on. I'll pull this up in a second. Let me just cue it. Oh shit! There was a ton of people there.
There was-
Wow.
Brian, there was a lot of people there.
Yeah,
It
let
was
me
an
pull this up.
awesome thing to see today. It really was.
You know, it's the only thing I wish we could figure out a little bit better. I just wish that the signal didn't get sucked out of that area so much
well,
because it makes it makes the
off,
streams like laggy.
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this everyone's got a cell phone. Everybody's
It's just
streaming.
sucking all the
It's just-
power in there. Yeah,
well,
the
it's-
signal.
The signal can only handle so much
Right.
data. So it
Yeah.
prioritizes it and it doesn't give me the stream I need to pump that out.
All eyes on Delphi. $10 says Brian Walsh is very unlikable and a fraudster. We know Proctor will choose a suspect quickly and get tunnel vision. Now I'm wondering if Walsh really Googled that Proctor claims he Googled.
But listen,
I think Brian Walsh has got some issues.
I don't doubt that. But give me the evidence from somebody else. I don't trust it.
Hmm.
I don't trust anything
Yeah.
we're told. We were told we had ring video footage of Karen backing into John. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Did we?
No, there was
Where
no-
is it?
Right. And that's the thing that I've always said about this. And I'm talking to all the people that are the deniers, that are on the side that Karen Reed did this. Okay. I'm going to tell you right
How
now.
many cameras does she
Flat
drive
out.
by?
Flat out. If They wanted to sink this case in 30 seconds. All they had to do was Karen Reed hit John O'Keefe. Cue the video.
Play.
Why was there never any video? Why was all this footage erased? Why did no one ring cam work that night? Why did no one security cameras work that night?
Then the butt
Why is
dial
there-
works though. The butt dial worked that
Right.
night.
Butt dial worked. Why is there video that's cut out of videos?
20 to 42 minutes is missing from the police station. Like what? Someone take the 42 minutes and leave?
Right. And then we get
You
the
know?
expert up there and he goes to hand him the CD. He goes, that's not the CD that I gave him.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
I mean, come
I-
on. So if there would be video, but there isn't video because you know why, Tom?
Didn't happen.
Because it didn't happen, but something else happened. And you would have
Where's that
caught
video.
and you would have caught them dragging John out on that lawn and leaving him there.
I'm not sure they don't have video of that
They might.
because video is just
Well-
as easily attainable as audio,
I would hope.
as anything.
Well-
Video is, you know how easy. Do you think the FBI's got a direct access in the ring? Hey, I need this video. Okay, what do you need? Here you go.
Or yeah,
Or
maybe
better
they're
yet-
waiting.
Better yet, you ready? FBI maybe has your own access. They get right in and pull what they want out.
Sure, maybe we're just waiting for the verdict in this, and then you're going to see some charges. Oh, and by the way, here's the video. Bang.
Yep.
Could be possible. Let's play a little bit of this.
That's a shame.
See, you get better signal than I do. My signal sucks when I do this.
You should see me trying to drive there. I lose go through so many dead zones. It's ridiculous. I'll keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm buffering.
Little
again.
buffer.
This is bad tonight. Normally he doesn't do this.
It was the storm's coming too. Don't forget.
Oh,
So it's probably not as good for you as
Yeah.
the network.
right.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, we had people there today that usually don't show up.
Ton of people.
Yeah. Like there's people that just
Oh, there's the SUV.
Yeah.
I'll go right here. Man, your Mike was there.
he would look.
Looks
yeah,
great, huh?
Yeah, he went
All
in.
sharp.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh, Mike.
guess
Did he
I'm-
go in today?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
cool.
got some really good pictures.
This is
of
the
him.
microphone.
Yeah.
That's all.
So if
He
you're
deserves
close
it.
to me, right?
He
All I gotta do, right, is I can
see the picture.
have the microphone near Karen, even if you're like the father, like
Oh,
Go
sweet.
for it.
distance wise. You know what I'm saying? So I can get her audio, even though you're at a different spot, right? Which would be pretty cool, right?
There's
Oh,
Allison.
that's awesome.
She does
Show
a
everybody
wonderful
that.
job here also.
Look at that.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love it.
Uh-oh, I hear it.
All right.
All right, here we go. That's awesome. Good for him. He deserves it.
Nope. Keep going. That's the first SUV.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Let's
th-
speed it up
there
a
were
little
two
bit.
of them. They were
Aha.
late today.
Were they late?
Yeah, they were late.
Now, who's this?
All right, the
Oh,
back.
that's Jackson.
Yeah, the back one.
Oh, right there. They're right there. That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
Look at that cloud. Holy shit.
Yeah. And that's
Recording, right?
Deanna right there.
Mm-hmm. Was Kat there today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had the opportunity to go today. She
Yeah.
called me and I'm like, I gotta work.
Yeah, you gotta work.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I wanted to go in.
Well, hey.
Yeah. She texted me and said I got an open spot and I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I had to work. Because she knows I've been trying to get in while the defense was
Uh-huh.
and Karen's mom was like, I want you to go in when the defense does their case. And I can't. I had to work.
Beautiful.
This every morning is special.
Oh, I just got this. Let's get him, guys.
4 or 5 more guys.
Get him,
Bob.
Karen.
Black
Get him, guys. Get him. Go get him.
Morning, how are you?
Victory smile.
Okay,
I'm a 6-year-old. You made it for you.
Good Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna talk about something after this video.
Get them out, Karen.
Wow, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Look at the pom pom.
That's the Rita.
I love it. Rita.
I mean, people should be in front of her, pushing the way out.
Look at Jackson's smile.
They shouldn't be near her. They should be pushing her.
Yeah,
It should be a V formation.
yeah.
They don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there. Wow, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was just a lot of
Love
people
it.
today. It was
Love
amazing.
it.
So amazing.
Possible manners of death didn't even establish
Mhm.
probable cause.
He's running for Congress.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. But like, I don't say nothing to her.
You know, it's interesting when you're in it and you're walking in, when you get invited and you go in, isn't it? It's interesting. It's kind of, yeah, you get kind of, yeah, you get kind of like goosebumps, you
Yeah.
know. It's a lot. It's a different discount.
Yeah.
It's different. It's
Have a good day.
you're walking in.
It
Hey,
is.
there's Crash.
Thank
Ladies
Oh, you're welcome.
Day in there, okay?
so nice. There's them parents.
Bye, guys.
Numbers, guys. I love you guys.
Good job, bud. Hi, how are you?
I love it.
You know, I'm gonna miss doing that.
How many people is
You know.
that?
That's a bummer.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just some of the reality of this too. I've had, and I've been transparent with my audience about it. You know,
Yeah.
I've said that I'm going to have some depression and
Yeah.
some post depression.
Yes, we're all gonna go through a loss when this is over. We're not gonna have each other like we do now. I mean, there's people that show up at the buffer zone that are just like
Mhm.
best friends. Take that away. Now what do you got?
Well,
Like,
you know, the
lose
good
all
thing,
these people, but you don't
yeah,
lose them.
you don't lose them, but in this kind of setting,
Right.
Because you've made, I mean, people have made so many new. I've met so many people through
friends,
this.
guy.
I didn't know
Amazing.
you before this.
I would never have known you.
Right. I didn't know Will. I didn't know Brandy. I didn't. I
Nobody.
mean, I met my girlfriend through this movement.
And again, we're all here for the right reasons and the same reason.
You know, it was funny. I was talking to a lady that came into my work today, and I was helping her out, and she either had a Scottish or an Irish accent. Didn't sound like she was from here. I didn't ask her. Didn't sound like she was from here. Lovely lady, because she overheard me talking about the case at work, and she goes, "I'm following that too." And I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
So I went over and engaged her, and I said, "You know, what do you think?" She goes, "Doesn't add up. Just doesn't add up." She, the Commonwealth hasn't made the case. Doesn't add up. So we start getting kind of deep into it. And we were talking about Karen specifically. And I said, you know, the really great thing about this is you have to look at Karen. I said, you know, why do people pull to Karen so much? And I said, the thing that I think is pretty badass about it is she's a woman. She's strong as hell. And she never faltered or backed down once.
Nope.
And that's an amazing role model in this situation to say, fuck you, because you're going to put all this bullshit on me and expect me to fold and take like a deal maybe.
And then they friggin' upcharged her. And then
Upcharged
they
her.
went and took her phone twice.
And she never faltered.
Not once.
Not once. And you wouldn't even know that, you know, every single day when we watched her walk into court
Not once.
for almost 2 years.
Listen, think of the nonsense that went on behind the scenes in her life. We know what went on in our lives, right? In this past year. Think of what she had to deal with that we don't even know about.
Right.
On top of everything else.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
strength.
Yep.
You know, let's just add life on top of all the other stuff.
Of course.
I don't know how you're getting stronger, dude. I don't know.
She never faltered once.
No, not one. not
Never
once.
faulted once.
Nope.
Kat checking in with $5 says, thank you for putting these up at night. I can't see the video during the day, but I'm able to listen, and that is helpful to digest the body language. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
A lot
I
of
have
people.
Another Johnny O with a 10. Thank you so much. He said the 2 goats. He put the 2 goats up there. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, you know, I think, you know, going back to what you said, I think that, you know, I've been pretty transparent about it as far as, you know, a little depression and anxiety has kicked in, and, you know, you kind of, you know, listen, I mean, this was obviously a very big boost for what I do here on YouTube, I think, for everybody. And you kind of going through this, like, what's next? I think what will happen is we're going to get our verdict. It's going to be not guilty.
Yep.
And then we're going to have some conversation about it, and we can go back and analyze, you know, all the bullshit that the Commonwealth tried to put out there during this case, and then just the facts that defense spit out there. And I'd love to get, some of us all in a room, maybe in LTL studio here, and talk about it a little bit.
We could do that like on a Saturday or something, or
Yeah.
a Sunday, or like just
Mhm.
bring all our stuff in, all our paperwork and all that stuff that we have, and
Be cool.
I mean, but I mean, and again, I try and get, when I'm out there, right, I'm trying to capture the outside, right,
Mhm.
because the outside, I think, is just as big of a story as what goes on the inside.
No, yeah, 100%.
I mean, Karen's got that covered, right? But the people that are outside, I mean, I don't know how else. It's something that is magical, and it has to be. It's got to be. We got to make a word for it. Or something.
but and the thing is, and this is why I love you, because you have made that possible for so many people around the world.
Well, it's
I mean,
easy. It just hold the camera and talk to people.
But if
That,
you didn't
like,
have that idea and become Tom CPU, the guy that stands out in front of court every day that people drive by and scream your name,
yeah, well,
a lot of people wouldn't have that ability to see what goes on outside court.
it took a lot of work and a lot of time. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
You did a lot.
Did a lot.
Did a lot out there. You should always be proud of that.
Yeah, well, we're not done yet.
We're not done
And
yet.
then we got Sandra Birchman.
Do you still have the phone?
Oh yeah.
You should put it encapsulate it somewhere or something. It
I'm-
goes into like a
I
Tom
ordered a new-
CPU
I ordered a new.
museum.
I ordered a new screen and a new camera first. I'm gonna replace.
You try
it.
to replace it?
Yeah. That gets easy. That's not
Yeah.
a problem.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
But
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. Tomorrow, supposedly, everybody's kind of trying to timeline it out. They said that closing arguments are going to probably end by lunch and then it will get handed to the jury. I don't know. I mean, we got to kind of look at how long is Lally going to drag out? Well, they said
Well-
they're only getting an hour. So it could be turned over to the jury by lunch.
I don't like the fact that it's only an hour.
Yeah.
I think it limits them to what they're allowed to say. I mean, if they bullet pointed everything, right? No evidence from the Commonwealth. If they went through what the Commonwealth tried to say, that's a whole nother trial of just what they accused her of.
Right.
All the evidence is wrong.
Britta checking in. So I'm still laughing at Tom's what? Did someone break in, steal 42 minutes of the video and leave? Comment. Perfect for studio guest, Brian. Let's fucking go. Free Karen Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had to have Tommy in here. I mean, Tommy was really the first person I
We've been
connected
doing
with.
this for a while, trying to
Yeah,
get
been
in
doing-
too.
Yeah, and the thing
They
is
don't know
that we used to do
Yeah.
the Sunday nights. We used to do the Sunday night
Yep.
when we were going back,
Recapping.
doing
we
the hearing
recap.
recaps.
Yep.
And I always loved those Sunday nights.
Yeah.
But we have been trying to do this for a while. The problem was we just didn't have air conditioning.
And just it was something
comfortable.
and something and something.
Right.
It's
It's
just
timing,
life.
but the timing is now.
Yep.
And I
worked out.
really
Yes,
wanted to
sir.
start doing these and getting people in here. I'll tell you though, you saw me. It was a ball of energy before I started tonight. I'm like, I'm fucking nervous. And I'm
And-
like, why am I nervous? I've done this 1,000 times.
No, you're good. You're good, man. We're gonna do some good stuff here. I tell you.
I hope so. And it's a
I
start.
know it.
It's
I know
just
it.
a start. It's just a start. I kind of want a bigger room already.
Yeah.
Because what I want to do is to be able to put a couch there
Okay.
and
So
just have
people in the
everybody sit on a
background, yeah,
couch.
there you go.
But it's tough because I got to produce. So I'm like, if people don't understand, if I'm trying to lay the room out, I'll tell you. So I got a computer screen in front of me, audio to my left, cell phone to my right, because when the Cash Apps come up, camera center, we have a big screen TV up on the wall right there. Our studio lights are here.
Yep.
And then camera position here for Tom that's pointing at him, which I still want to fix some of the lighting. I think it's a little too dim. And then Tom's right there. I
Yep.
mean, there's just so much
It's-
going on.
It's perfect.
And there's a big
It
TV,
works
big
great.
big table in front of us too. So it's cool.
If you move this table over that way,
Mm-hmm.
put that TV on the wall there,
It's not going to happen.
and you can have the couch back.
I know, but this is the
That
way
would
it's going to
work.
be in
I'm
here.
just saying. I'm
This
just
is a-
saying.
TV ain't coming down, Tommy.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
get a second TV over there.
Yeah. Well, that'd be cool.
But see, your station here with the producer, that's usually somebody in the background
Right.
that you never, ever, ever
Right.
see.
I
So
have,
you're doing double duty here.
I
so
know.
you have to.
and that's, and
You-
I
you
don't like
kinda-
it because I look down a lot and I'm
Yeah.
not looking at center camera. But I do have the Black Magic switcher
Yep.
for cameras,
Okay.
but I can't keep switching back and forth. So that's
No.
why I just did the double screen like this and bring you up. And anyway, Tommy, it's getting late. I know you have a long day tomorrow. We all have a long day tomorrow. I don't want to end this live, but I want to talk to Tom just a little bit before he goes. I don't know. Prediction tomorrow, Tommy. Do you want to give a prediction at all? How long?
20 minutes.
Tommy says 20 minutes.
I'm convinced. And so I just believe it's 20 minutes because there's nothing that's been presented.
Not guilty 20 minutes.
Not guilty,
Okay, just get that on the
unequivocally,
record.
not
Not
guilty,
guilty
in any
20
way,
minutes.
shape, manner, or form. Within 20 minutes, they're going to come back and say not guilty.
Okay.
They cannot. There's not enough evidence. The Commonwealth hasn't given them 20 minutes worth
Right.
of evidence to go over.
Right. I agree.
And the defense, everything they say didn't happen. You don't need to go over that.
I'm gonna say
Like, you know, like if you can't prove the Commonwealth didn't give you it happened,
right.
you don't need to review how it didn't happen.
Right.
You're there. You're already there. And I
I'm
think
gonna
the
say
jurors are there.
a half an hour to an hour.
Okay,
That's all I'm gonna say.
let's hope
a
for
half
that.
an hour, not guilty, a half an hour to an hour. That's what I say.
Yeah, see, I think they're gonna even do it quicker, just to
Quicker than that.
stick it to the judge and say,
There
"Why'd
you
you
go.
bother putting us in this room? This
There
is
you go. Because I think by
Yeah,
the time everybody
they're
gets in
done.
and they sit down, there's a little bit of time that goes
Yep.
by,
yeah."
and then the instructions will be given and all that shit again. So that's kind of where I am at it. That's where I'm at it. Does anybody? I don't know. Casey, are you still in the room? If you are, what is the total? So I want to be just transparent with everybody. Everybody's saying 15 minutes,
2 hours.
2 hours,
Yeah.
69 seconds, 90 minutes.
Yep.
What is
Yeah.
everybody's prediction? Put it in there. Let's pull some of these up before we
But
go.
think about
2
it,
hours
right?
for lunch, 15 minutes.
You need the time is meant to go over the evidence, and
404
the
is the total.
Commonwealth
Okay.
hasn't given them anything.
Hour and a half. Let's see. 101 for Karen. Thank you. 20 minutes.
2:20.
She goes, I'm going with Tom. 20 minutes.
2 hours and
2
27
hours and
minutes.
27 minutes.
Man,
Yeah, right. And just really stick it to the judge.
I don't even think they even want the lunch, to be honest with you. They don't want the free meal.
30 minutes.
Let's get
I
out.
said 30 minutes to an hour. That's what I think. After all the instructions and all that shit, 30 minutes to an hour. 3 hours, 2 hours, 30, 40 minutes, 90 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours plus. Wow. Free lunch, 2 hours, hour and a half. Everybody's around the 2 hour mark.
Yep.
It's about the
Yep,
average.
I see that. Yeah. 5 hours.
5
yeah, yeah.
hours, hour and a half, 70 minutes. When do you guys get these times?
Well,
I'd love to see 227. That would be great.
yeah.
That would really fuck people up.
That would
22-27 and you walk out at 227, you go,
we have
not
a jury.
guilty.
We have a verdict.
oh my God.
Yeah.
1 hour, 3 hours.
Yeah.
John Scott says the 227 verdict.
Someone said something about having a party after.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Aiden's gonna plan something. Have to see what
I
happens.
think we can figure. We started at the Star Drive-In. I think we should go back there. That's plenty of room, parking, great food.
3 hours and a half an hour, 30 minutes. A lot of about average 2 hours, 2 hours, not less than 20 minutes, no more than 3 hours. 5 hours, max 3 hours, 1 hour,
You know, I've seen
227.
3-hour verdicts, right?
How long was the OJ verdict? Hang on.
Check that out.
How long was I think it was 45 minutes. The OJ verdict.
And think of the
that trial was
evidence.
fucking like 9 months.
Think about the evidence that they had to go over.
So it was less than 4 hours in the OJ Simpson. The
They don't-
jury in the OJ Simpson trial deliberated on October 2nd, 1995. Remember that, it's clear as day. And the members reached a verdict in less than 4 hours. 4 hours. He was acquitted.
All right.
So it could be. It could be 4 hours.
Well, here's the problem that we have. What if they stay there and deliberate all night?
Then we go to Wednesday and I'll be there Wednesday.
All night? They don't go home for the night?
No, they probably
They go
give them
home?
a cap. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they
They
give
don't
them a
put them
cap.
up?
No, they probably
They'll
send them
send
home
them
and say
home?
come back tomorrow. And I don't know. Maybe
Can't they
it help-
send them in the police? Their police cruisers can drive them home, no?
I don't know how all that works.
Well,
They might put
state-
them
the-
up in a
the-
hotel.
Their state, their state.
I don't know. Maybe
witnesses,
someone
right?
knows in the chat. I don't know. How long does it take to get a not guilty?
I know, huh?
So I don't know.
Probably go home after 4. Okay.
Nick says they go home probably after 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's what I said. So Brian says, I say it's Wednesday morning and you're there. I would love to be there on Wednesday morning and be able to celebrate with everybody the not guilty verdict. But I don't know. We don't know.
Then no one knows.
No one knows. I
And
wish I
again,
did.
we don't know what the jury has. We don't know what's confusing them.
Right.
We don't know what questions they have. We don't
Or
know
they
what they're
might
gonna-
just go in and, like you said, Tom, it's straight laced to the point. 20 minutes, we're out of here.
Yep. I believe
Not
that.
guilty. Bang.
I don't see them even. I think
Yeah.
the evidence has been gone over
Yeah.
thoroughly. I mean, think about Lally spent. How long did Lally spend? And he paraded up all these people that said it didn't happen, right? All these people didn't happen.
The thing
Never came in the house.
one thing I will always remember with those jurors, and I can see I can remember some of their faces in my mind. Okay. But I just remember like when Lally was speaking, most of them were just like looking down, not even paying attention.
I
The
remember
minute Alan Jackson got up,
the juror had his.
their heads went right up, right to Alan Jackson. They started taking notes.
The juror was like this, sitting back. I'll never forget, like this with his notebook. It didn't. He has notebook on his chest. He was just sitting like this,
Crazy.
waiting for it to get over, like it was torture.
Scott says the jury should have the case around 11:30 noon time. They can take their last bus ride if they come to a verdict tomorrow by 4 p.m.
Please.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right, Tommy. It's getting late. 2 hours. I think this was
That
pretty good.
works. Yeah. This
Yeah.
has been great, man.
Thanks.
I love this. This is a nice place, you guys.
Thanks for coming in.
I like
Real
it.
quick, we get another quick super chat. All eyes on Delphi, $5. It blows my mind that some people think Canton belongs to the McAlbert gang. Therefore, TB was in the wrong. Huh? Yeah. Let's see. Nick Rocco saying it'll be the most boring 1 hour tomorrow when Lally gives his closing. I agree.
He's got a point. He's got a really valid point.
And real quick,
It will be.
Scotty says, who knows? These jurors have so many questions. They might spend lots of time bouncing those questions off each other. It's a wild case. If you really think about it. It's right. He's right. I love that. Was great, Nick. That is the chat of the night, Nick. Thank
he
you.
wins the internet
And
for today.
Nick-
I needed that. Thank
Yeah.
you, Nick.
And Nick, by the way, open invitation anytime you want to come to LTL Studios and sit down. I'd love to have you in. And Scott, open invitation to you as well. Let's make it happen at some point. I want to start getting some of you guys in here. But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, remains to be seen. Remains to be seen.
And we can just do our best. That's all we can do, right?
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
So tomorrow, make sure to go out and follow Tom CPU in the morning. You'll be able to see the ride in. If you're not, and it's the first time over here, I'm sure a lot of you all know Tommy, but Tom CPU, they can find you on.
Oh my God! Look what you just got.
What happened? I didn't see it.
You better go back.
Whoa! Wow! 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 Big
Wow,
super
wow.
chat! Wow! Thank
Bingo.
you.
Thank
Real
you.
quick, let's not ignore this one. Jags girl, $2. Thank you. Heard Lally's assistant is giving the closing. I don't know. I heard it was Lally. I don't
You get
know.
another super chat.
I know. Big super chat. Kaza, thank you so much.
Massive super chat.
Massive super. Honestly,
Nice.
no, that's not the biggest one. I think close to the biggest one I've got. I've had some $200 ones.
That's awesome.
But thank you so much. 25% of that will get kicked back to Karen Reed's defense night. Thank you all for what you have done and continue to do to bring worldwide attention to this sham of a case via independent media. God willing, after Karen Reed is exonerated, we will get justice for John O'Keefe. I think that's a perfect way to cap off this evening.
Without a doubt. That says it all.
That's really, really good. Do we have an updated total? Because I lost the total. And then I just want to say how much we kicking back for Karen, and I'll make that donation right after the stream. But thank you, Kaza. That was very, very kind. Let me see if we can get a total before we go off air. Kelly Reed confirmed in Yellow Cottage Chills chat that Lally is tomorrow. We're at 608. And then 25% of that will get kicked back to Karen. So if I do my fuzzy math here, it's already done. 152 for Karen. I'll round it up to 155.
And before I go,
Yeah, let's see this.
you guys see this?
Yeah.
See this? These are playing cards.
Yeah, they're fucking wild.
They're playing cards, right? And they have all sorts of stuff on them.
This is nuts.
Like everything. like everything. You name it, it's got it. The person that made these
the
cards
microdots thing's
Yeah.
awesome. That's so dope.
are awesome.
Yeah.
I just got to say that this is one of the best things that I've seen out there.
Yeah, and
Uh,
by the way, if I can get a set of those, I'll pay
Brian's
you for
looking
them.
for a set.
I'll pay you for them.
Um,
They're badass.
and real quick, we're gonna end
Everybody wants them.
on this note. See, they even got Ace of Spade.
Yeah, show
Right.
everybody who the
It's
ace,
Ace of
is.
Spade.
Proctor.
But the best one of the whole thing is
What do you got?
Queen of Hearts.
Yes. Karen Reed. I love it. We're going to end on that. I love it. I love it. Love it. Thank you, everybody, for watching this tonight. First in studio guest, Tommy CPU.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
I am
You're
just
welcome
blown
back
away.
anytime. Anytime
Love
you
it.
want to come back, just let me know.
We'll do some stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
This
stuff.
is stuff.
Stuff. You can
We
put
do
that
some
on your
stuff.
resume.
Yeah, we'll put stuff.
I got
Stuff.
stuff.
We'll do some stuff. We'll do physics and stuff, right?
Stuff.
Physics and stuff. But I love all of you. Thank you all so much for supporting LTL Media, for supporting me over this last year, supporting all the amazing creators that have picked up this case and had the fucking balls to stand up and say, I stand with Karen Reed. Not fucking puppy dog tail, like a lot of this mainstream media shit that you're hearing. These people have balls, okay? That's why I love Jess Machado. Jess Machado is an excellent reporter. She stood up right away and
Yep.
said, I'm with Karen.
And not just that, but she didn't put up with no stuff.
Nope.
Nope. I love
And kicked
Jess.
it right back.
Jess is
Love her.
she went to her boss and said, "Let me take this."
Yeah.
She fought with her boss
Absolutely.
to take this, and now she's got almost 350,000 followers
It's crazy.
on Fall River Reporter.
Insane. And they said on Twitter, I think
Twitter,
they
I
just
think.
hit over 10,000. No,
Something-
10
was
just
it
hit over
10,000?
10,000 on
Was it?
Twitter.
Was it then 350,000
10,000
views or impressions
Views.
or something?
Impressions.
That's ridiculous
It's insane.
number.
It's insane.
Wow.
But I love Jess.
Yep.
And I'm
she's
going to tell you
great.
too,
Love her.
two attorneys that I love in this movement too. Melanie Little, Mark Bedrow, they
Yep.
had the balls to stand up there. I know Melanie doesn't balls, but I'm just saying. But you know what I mean? Had the guts to stand up there and say, fuck all this. Something's wrong in this. And they went out there and said, free Karen Reed.
And they came to visit us, and they were the
Yes.
nicest people.
Of course.
I mean, you can't
Right.
thank them for that. I
Right.
mean, you can say thank you,
right.
but it's so
Right.
It's invaluable.
And people
So,
like Will and Brandy and Sean. And if anybody, if I
Just-
forgot anybody, I'm sorry.
there's
who-
so
who
many
else?
people. I can't. Don't.
And
You-
especially
you'll miss people. And then
the
you
man
can't.
on top, the
Aiden.
man, Aiden Turtleboy Carney.
Yep.
Put it all on the line.
Wouldn't be here
Love it.
without him.
Love all of you.
None of us.
All right, everybody. We're going to head out. I'm going to hit the outro. We're going to kick back 155 to Karen Reed tonight. I'll make that donation, put the receipt up on my Facebook page and on the YouTube community page. Tom, say bye to everybody on camera.
Thank you, everybody. See you in the morning.
All right. Bye, everybody. We're out. Peace.
Take the change, set the track, run over me, a time to look down. They try to control us with their lines and their schemes, but I'm a rise above, fulfill my wildest dreams. The beats be bang, the rhymes be tight, trap rap flowing through the darkest night. Don't mistake me for the sellouts on the screen. I'm spitting truth, we can question what you say.